Something happened recently that did not receive much attention. However, if you consider it carefully, you will understand how far the Vatican II sect have departed from the Catholic faith and the Catholic spirit. You will realize why the Vatican II sect had to introduce a new false and invalid new mass and an invalid new rite of ordination, devoid of things that are uniquely Catholic, which were deliberately expunged from the new rite because they wanted to pursue a false ecumenical path that accommodate Protestants without expecting a repudiation of their heresy. To pursue this false ecumenical path, they had to compromise Catholic truths because they are abhorrent to the Protestants. On September 14, during an ecumenical prayer meeting with the Eastern Court Orthodox in Rome, Antipope Leo XIV omitted the filioque when the Nicene Constantinople Creed was said. The official Vatican booklet for the ceremony, which was approved by Leo, also omits the filioque, that is, that phrase, and the Son. Obviously, this was deliberate. It's a compromise aimed at accommodating and pleasing the schismatics who reject the Catholic position on the procession of the Holy Spirit. Notice how Antipope Leo paused in silence when the abridged line is prayed.
Nello Spirito Santo, che è Signore e dà la vita, con il Padre, il Figlio è adorato e glorificato.
Compromising attitudes are seeds that bring forth heresies. They weaken the Catholic spirit and leaves a man in a state of faithlessness and indifferentism. Interestingly, compromises such as these have been condemned by the Holy Office under Pius XII in an instruction to the bishops of the world regarding the true ecumenical movement, whose aim is to bring back to the church those who are separated from it. The instruction clearly states that in such meetings with non-Catholics, the whole and entire Catholic doctrine must be presented, and that under no circumstances should one pass over in silence or veil in ambiguity the Catholic truths. Quote, "They shall also be on guard, lest on the false pretext that more attention should be paid to the points on which we agree than to those on which we differ, a dangerous indifferentism be encouraged, especially among persons whose training in theology is not deep and whose practice of the faith is not very strong. Therefore, the whole and entire Catholic doctrine is to be presented and explained. By no means is it permitted to pass over in silence or to veil in ambiguous terms the Catholic truth." End quote. The ecumenism promoted by Leo and the Vatican II sect, which requires no conversion to the Catholic faith and characterized by compromises, is specifically condemned by the Holy Office here and the Chair of St. Peter. See, for example, Pope Pius XI's encyclical Mortalium Animos, which absolutely forbids Catholics from participating in ecumenical prayer meetings not aimed at promoting the return to the one true faith, those who are separated from it. The Pope stated, quote, "So, venerable brethren, it is clear why this apostolic see has never allowed its subject to take part in the assemblies of non-Catholics, for the union of Christians can only be promoted by promoting the return to the one true Church of Christ of those who are separated from it." End quote. There you have it. This proves that the Vatican II sect is not Catholic. Leo XIV is no Catholic pope. Vatican II's teachings and actions of their co-popes is directly opposed to Catholic teachings. Anti-Pope Leo has said many heretical things, such as church teachings, which condemns homosexual acts, could change if there is a change in attitude. That clearly is a heresy, and heresy severs one from the church. Anti-Pope Leo, like his predecessors, St. John the 23rd, never occupied a papal chair. The chair of St. Peter has been vacant since the death of Pius XII. So those who think that Leo XIV is the Pope in the face of these facts are clearly deceived and are of bad will.
Nello Spirito Santo, che è Signore e dà la vita, con il Padre il Figlio è adorato e glorificato, e ha parlato per mezzo dei profeti. Crediamo la Chiesa, una santa, cattolica e apostolica.